Most men work hard, build careers, and still end up invisible socially. If that's you, it's not your fault. But I want you to know it's fixable. In this video, I'm going to share 9 harsh truths about social circles that 99% of men ignore and how understanding them can completely change your life. Point 1. The invisibility trap. Let's start with the painful reality most men never talk about. You can work your ass off, build a great career, and stack your achievements, but somehow you are still invisible socially. You are respected professionally, but overlooked personally. You go to events, meet people, but nothing sticks, no real connections. And that's because success on paper doesn't automatically translate into social value. You can have money, status, and achievements, but if you don't know how to show up socially, you are still just another face in the room. I have had clients who had everything society told them to chase: great careers, luxury lifestyles. Yet they came to me saying, "Julian, I feel like no one really sees me." That kind of invisibility eats away your confidence and even your mental health. And also, it leads to missed relationships, missed opportunities, missed lives. But the hardest part, most men suffer in silence because admitting that you struggle socially feels shameful. Like something's wrong with you, and it's not. You just never learned how this game actually works. Second point, the social marketplace reality. And here's the truth: social circles are marketplaces. There are invisible rules, currency, and hierarchies, whether we like it or not. Most men are playing the wrong game entirely. They think it's about being impressive when really it's about being valuable. In every group, social capital gets traded. Some people bring energy, others bring access, others bring fun, loyalty, or expertise. What matters is what you contribute, not what you demand. And women tend to be better at this naturally. They build networks through observation, not performance. Men, on the other hand, often try too hard to prove themselves, and that's exactly what gets them ignored. Once you start to understand the hierarchies, unwritten rules in any social environment, you can navigate it strategically instead of blindly hoping people like you. The third point, the authenticity paradox. Now, this one is tricky because most advice out there says just be yourself, but that's only half true. When most guys try to be more social, they end up performing, trying to sound interesting, forcing confidence, or copying what works for others. It always backfires. High value people can smell inauthenticity a mile away. They might smile at you, but they won't invite you. The key is what I call strategic authenticity. That means leaning into who you actually are, but doing it intentionally. You don't have to fake anything, but you do have to learn how to express your real self in a way that connects. It's not manipulation. It's ethical social engineering, understanding the psychology behind connection and using it to show up as your best self. The fourth point, the environment effect. Let's be honest here. Your current environment is probably keeping you stuck. If you hang out with the same people, go to the same places, and expect different results, well, it's not going to happen. High value connections don't form at random networking events. They happen in recurring environments, places where people see you often enough to remember you. That might be a fitness community, a private club, a mastermind, or even a weekly event where the same faces show up consistently. That's how familiarity builds trust. Digital nomads and remote workers especially struggle with this. They move around so much, they never stay long enough to build real roots. But if you are intentional, you can still build a network wherever you are. You just have to commit to one environment long enough to become a familiar face. And that's called mere exposure, by the way, if you don't heard about it. Point 5, the leadership principle. Here's something few people realize. Followers stay lonely, but leaders build tribes. When you take initiative, even in small ways, people naturally gravitate towards you. Start by being the one who organizes things, host small dinners, plan activities, or introduce people to each other. That's leadership in its simplest form. You don't need to be the loudest or most confident person in the room. You just need to be the one who moves first. Humans are wired to follow social leaders because it signals certainty and trust. Even small actions like introducing two people can position you as a connector. I have seen clients transform their entire social lives by simply stepping into that role. before they felt ready. By the way, if you are watching this and realizing you don't want to spend the next few years trying to figure this out alone, I help men build elite social circles in less than 30 days using my One Social Life system. If you want my help, click the link below and book a free call with me. We will map out your entire social strategy together. Point number 6, the consistency formula. Most men fail socially because they treat it like a one-time event, not a system. You hang out a few weekends in a row, then disappear for a month. That's why it never sticks. Social momentum only builds with consistency. You need a rhythm, a weekly pattern that keeps you visible and engaged. Even just one social commitment per week compounds over time. Familiarity creates comfort, and comfort opens doors. The truth is, most men quit right before the breakthrough. Stick with it for 30 days and you will see how fast things start changing. Point number 7. The value exchange. This one hurts. Most men get nothing because they offer nothing. They show up to social settings looking for what they can get: attention, validation, opportunities, instead of what they can give. If you want access to high value circles, you have to bring something that makes other people's life better. That could be energy, insights, connections, or even just reliability. Value isn't just money or status, it's contribution. And when you give without expecting immediate returns, you start playing the long game. Learn what people actually value and you will become someone they want around. 8th point is the digital leverage point. Your online presence is often your first impression. And for a lot of men, it's killing their social potential. If your profile gives off the wrong vibe, try hard, outdated, or empty, you are losing connections before they even start. You don't need to fake a lifestyle, but you do need to show you have one. Post moments that reflect your real life. Things that create curiosity, not envy. And use social media as a tool, not a crutch. It should make people want to meet you, not think they already know you. When done right, your digital presence becomes a silent magnet, pulling new opportunity towards you effortlessly. Point number 9 is the implementation gap. Now, here's the final and maybe the most important truth. Knowing this stuff doesn't change your life, but doing does. Most men get stuck in analysis paralysis. They consume advice, understand it logically, and never act on it. Information doesn't equal transformation. You have to take imperfect action immediately, now. Even if you don't have it all figured out, start applying these principles today. That's how momentum builds. You don't need years of trial and error. You just need the right system and guidance to execute fast. And that's exactly what I help men do inside the One Social Life system. If these 9 truths hit home and you are ready to build your own high-value social circle, click the link below to book a free call with me. In just 30 days, we build the social life that finally matches your ambitions. After you book your call, watch this video next: how to build an elite social circle in a small city from zero. I break down the exact step-by-step process for creating a powerful network anywhere, even if you are starting from scratch. The link is on the screen now.